In this video guide, we're going to use a web free tool that is really easy and fast to use, and we can use it to turn any raster image into an SVG, which is a scalable vector graphics. So this is called SVG converter and it's from Adobe, so you don't need to pay. It's a completely free tool. You just need to have an account. So I'm gonna open up the first result here. I started my search in Google. And you have two options. You can upload JPEG or PNG, and then you can turn them into graphics or vector graphics or scalable vector graphics, which is SVG, the SVG term. So you just click on upload your photo here, and you can either drag and drop, or you can just click. Now I'm going to use a photo to start. I'm going to use a photo from Pexels because we have a lot of photos here. I'm looking for a cat photo. Now you can use this with photography. You can use this with like logos and any other type of graphics. And it's going to convert it into vector graphics. Of course, if we use a picture, a photo like this, it's going to make a lot of like layers and curves. And let's get this one here in medium detail. You can edit in Canva, you can check the author, you can also support the author, and etc. etc. I'm gonna save this into a folder here that I'm using. You can create your own folder. So I'm just gonna save it in Videoguide, and I'm gonna try also to open it with Blender. So you can see the image now. It's in the folder right here. And so if I go back in the converter here, I can just click and drag the image inside. I'm just gonna make a little bit of room here, and I'm just gonna click and drag and drop it right there. Or you just click on the plus and navigate in the folder. So you can pick any image that is in your computer, and it can be JPEG or PNG and not bigger than 40 megabyte. So I'm just dropping the image right here, and it's refining, it's creating the vector graphics. Now, since this is a pretty complex image, is a photo, it's gonna take a little bit of time. So be patient and wait, because the more complex is the picture that you're gonna input, and the more it's gonna take to generate the SVG, the scalable vector graphics. Once it's generated, you're gonna have a lot of curves that you can edit in a vector graphics software. And you may don't see the difference here. You need to zoom a little bit, but this has turned into a series of uh, defined edges. And by the way, to download it, you need to sign up, or you just can log in if you already have an Adobe account. Again, it's free. And you can use also Adobe Express, which is another tool, another software from Adobe, and it's also online. So it's really easy to use. So if I zoom a little bit, you may see the islands. We call the islands of colors that divide this image right now. So we divided each color into a layer, into an island, which is pretty defined. It's more defined than a raster image. So you can download this and use it for any purpose, printing or digital design, and you can continue edit it with the Illustrator or with Inkscape. These are vector graphic software. Inkscape is free and open source. Illustrator is for sale, or you can buy a subscription. Now I'm going to do a couple of extra tests because I want to use it with something simpler, like a logo, something that is more near to a vector graphic. So this is a logo here. I'm gonna upload this, and it also contains shading and a little bit of lighting effects and edges and different colors, etc, etc. So it's not like a flat logo, it's not a flat design, it's kind of 3D in a way. So, and there you go, this is the result, and this is a PNG, by the way. So I'm just testing this also with a PNG, and in my opinion it works best with JPEG rather than PNG. So this is the result, and it's kind of cool. It looks like an imprint or something. And when you download the SVG file. SVG file can be open also. It's an open source format. It can be opened by many open source software, and also again Illustrator or similar. Now I'm gonna close and again upload another one. I'm gonna try with this blue one, which is flat or more flat than the previous, and see what's gonna happen. Well, usually the simpler is the image and the less it's gonna take to convert. So you can run a lot of tests. It doesn't work really well. So I'm gonna go with another test. I'm gonna use now a black and white. Well, this is black with the transparent background, and let's see what's gonna happen here. And it's total black, so it should work better. And let's see what's gonna happen. And there you go. So it's not working properly. So now I'm gonna use a black and white. So black logo, white background, and this should work better. So I'm gonna drop it in, and let's see what's gonna happen. Again, there you go. So now this is perfect. I like this, how it turned out. So probably the best way to do this is, if you want a predefined shape, is to use black and white with the black and the white background. So I am logging in to download the SVG file. And once it's downloaded, I can use it in any application. I'm going to do an example in Blender just to show you also a little bit of 3D. So it's kind of an extra you may want to do or may not. Blender is free, it's open source, you can download it. And you can also check our video courses in Blender among the other courses. So I'm going to go to File, Import, and look for the SVG format in here. It's supposed to be there, and there it is. And then I'm going to select the file that I downloaded in my download folder, and there it is. So you can see it's represented with curves. We have curves in Blender that we can use to create models, to create 3D models. Now this is 2D, is flat, but if I want to make it 3D, I can go here in the curve panel and start playing around with the extrusion, for example. That's the quickest thing we can do to have some 3D-dimensionality in our 2D graphics. And there it is. It's so easy. Blender is so easy to use, and it's easy to create 3D models. It's easy to do renderings. So that's it. It's just already a 3D model that we can use. And we can move, rotate, scale, resize. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger so I can work also with the light. And we can already see some material, even though black materials, they don't work really well. So let me go into the rendering and the render engine cycles. Up here, I can change from the wireframe mode into solid mode, into material preview mode, and then I have the rendering. So that's the rendering right now. It's pretty black. So let's try to, maybe we don't have enough light, so I'm gonna use the light. I'm gonna push the light on top of the shape that I've just extruded, see if it makes any difference. And apparently it doesn't, so probably here we need to fix all the material. So, all these topics are covered in the Blender video course. I'm going pretty quick here just to show you a little bit of how everything is working. And let me increase the intensity, the power of the light. Nothing happens, so I guess it's the material. So I'm gonna go in the material. You can see it's pretty black, so I'm gonna change it into something a little bit bright, and I will start to see something. Again, this is just some examples. If you're interested, subscribe to stay updated for more videos like this. Join the channel to support us, and check our other video courses, including Blender. Thanks for watching. See you in the next.